Hello out there, 2016 LA Auto Show. Let's see, we're just going to make a beeline to our cars downstairs because honestly, that to me that's the most exciting thing. Really not too many interesting things downstairs other than the Jaguar I-Pace. That's really neat, but it's a concept. The other neat thing is, although it's a very pedestrian, angry appliance car, is the Chevy Bolt. The exciting thing there are 238 all-electric miles, and Motor Trend Green Car of the Year, Motor Trend Car of the Year. So, come on, man, that's awesome. Our cars are going up in range a little bit as well. We have Porsche, excuse me. We have a Porsche downstairs. Get 150 miles easy on a Tesla battery pack. And we have a Karmann Ghia down there with, again, another 150 mile Tesla battery pack build. So I'm loving it. Let's go downstairs and check them out. Alright, here it is. We just got this rolling a couple of hours before today, or the other day's show. Whenever this thing started, it's only been driven from the trailer across the carpet into this space right here. And yeah, it was awesome. It felt really quick. Very solid. This car was restored a number of years ago, repainted, really well done. Everything completely stock in here. 5-speed transmission. The engine's going to be crated and it's going to be kept with the car. For right now, the client wants it electric. And when we took on this project, we said, yeah, we can do that, but you really need to, this is a sports car, really need to respect the horsepower that this car came with. So we've done that. We've matched the horsepower with this electric motor. Also, you get increased torque. I can't remember what the numbers are. I'll write them down in the video. But this should be extremely fun to drive. So in addition to the added performance, this car, somehow we managed to fit in a 54 kilowatt hour Model S, Tesla Model S battery pack into here. So half of the trunk is taken up with the Model S cells, and the remainder are in the back, like right on either side of the motor. They're underneath, they fit in there perfectly, and 54 kilowatt hour pack in this car is insane, really. I said, I think on my sign here, the range of 150 miles, it should really be greater than that. I think we'll do 150 miles driving this car like a maniac. So it should be fun. Stay posted, and we'll put more specs up on our website and on this video as they come in, 0 to 60 and all that stuff. I don't know if we'll have the opportunity anytime soon to do a top speed test, but doing the math, we should hit 150 no problem. We've owned this 1964 Beetle for about 5 years. It was one of the first cars that we bought, but we haven't electrified it. We took the engine out earlier this year and made it electric, and it's just about ready to go. I put on 600 or 700 electric miles on it, which we do with every car. So this car is about ready to go up to Washington. This is our basic 80 to 100 mile build, like we've done since the beginning. A few things make this car special. One, it was restored about 5 years ago by Chris Vallone. I think the name of his company is Classic VW Bugs or something kind of generic like that, but what he does is very special, and he's built cars for Jerry Seinfeld, and this is a pan-off restoration. Every nut and bolt was tended to. This interior is fantastic. We've actually taken the seats out and put them in one of our other Bugs when we've taken them to car shows, just because they look so fantastic. They're all tweed, and look at that headliner. Everything's really well done in here. Totally stock with a radio delete plate, so you really have to look pretty hard to see the deck that we put underneath the dash. We just tuck it in there. Underneath the passenger seat is an electric heater, and you just flick a switch on the dash, and that just cranks up this electric ceramic heater, warms up the whole cabin incredibly quick. Underneath the other seat is a subwoofer, so this car just thumps. Pop out windows. Underneath the back seat, as always, there's a stock 12-volt battery. This was 6-volt. We upgraded it to 12, so we have to change the motor and the wipers. But that's the only thing that we had to do for the car, or for any car that's 6-volt. We like to go up to 12-volt. Another thing we changed was the wheels. These were painted. We like to powder coat them, so we always powder coat the wheels. The tires are from a company called Diamondback, and they make fantastic white wall tires. They'll make the white wall to whatever size you want. They have all kinds of cool tire options. This is our newest car. It's a wonderful little '69 Karmann Ghia. So we found this beautiful car in Nebraska. We're finding better cars in the middle of the country than even out here in California. A lot of the time, they've just been through less hands. So this car just had a couple of owners. And there's a little twist on this car. Well, there's a couple little twists actually. One is the the transmission. We took a 4-speed stock transmission and rebuilt it with just 2 forward gears. So you kind of just have a high and a low, or as someone said yesterday, a fast and a faster, which is really what it is. First gear is takes you up to 40, and then after that you can put it in the high gear and use that on the freeway. With all of our cars, you're still going to use the clutch when you're moving, but the difference is when you come to a stop, you don't have to downshift, so it makes driving this car super easy. And now with this car having the 2-speed transmission, it's going to be super slick, super easy to drive. So I'm really excited about that. We're using Tesla cells that were made for the smart car. So that's about all that you can see of the batteries. They're all covered up. We've been testing the Tesla batteries, and they take up the whole front of the trunk. They allow this car to now go 150 miles on a charge. So that's wonderful. We lose a spare tire though, because basically the trunk is filled up with the batteries now. That's it for the 69 Ghia. This one still has the traditional lights in front. We finished this a couple of weeks ago, and we're going to start road testing it now, making sure everything is in good working order. What I like about this car is we have the fuel filler right on the hood. I think that started in 69, and I can't open it yet, but it looks a lot like the 73 Porsche here. So you just pop that open, plug it in, and you're good to go. This is a totally stock 1964 VW Microbus, and many people wonder what the heck is that sliding door doing on there, and the sunroof. In 64, this was actually an option, so the previous owner probably wanted to make it a camper, and probably did at some point, but that sliding door is really a lot of fun. Really super convenient, in the garage. We haven't dinged this one up at all. It's a walkthrough, very desirable for these cars. And there is our battery box. That is not a stock Microbus seat. It's actually our battery box. It's an all aluminum frame that we cover with material and make it, look completely stock. We want these to look like sleepers and have people wonder, where the heck are the batteries? Charge port, we integrated it right into where the original fuel filler. We put a couple of chargers in here. We have a lot of extra space, obviously, in the bus for more batteries. So there's 2 chargers, allow us to charge this car on 220 4 times faster than the other cars on 110. And we think that's going to come in really handy when we put more batteries in here. Should be able to load this guy up with enough range for 250 miles. No problem. We'll put Tesla batteries in there. Don't have them in there yet, but we hope to do that. We're going to do that this year. The dash is completely stock. Like all of our cars, we want them to look totally stock, except our little fuel gauge here, which slips right into where the stock fuel gauge was, and that's just going to tell us what the battery level is, how many amps we're using, and stuff like that. Safari windows, LED lights. We really love these LEDs from Truck Light. They just work fantastically well, really light up the road. If you could do one thing to your old Volkswagen, put in those LED truck lights. They look a little futuristic, but they're awesome. You'll feel very confident driving down the road with those. There's a little switch that we have here in the center. It's something we're going to make look better, but for right now it does what it needs to do. We can actually spin the motor backwards to go in reverse. So even though we have a stock manual shifter, stock transmission, in these cars with the electric motor, we can use this little switch. You move it to reverse and it spins the motor backwards, and then you'll go backwards. So that's about it for the 64 bus. It was a cool little I had to do this, put in a Safari window in the back. Now normally, in a gas-powered car, you can't drive with that open because your exhaust is going to go into it. We do not have that problem, so it's pretty slick. Alright, that's it. That's my take on the LA Auto Show. And we'll do it again next year. We had a great response to all the cars, met lots of neat people. And stay tuned, subscribe please. We have a lot more videos coming as soon as I can edit them together. And we have a whole pile of fantastic new projects for 2017. See you later.
No, I gotta